This is absolutely brilliant, this piece, right? Should Doordash executives and Uber executives, Lyft executives, and white-collar employees be required to make food deliveries or rides for customers? Interesting. As I always say, these guys need to put themselves into our shoes for at least 100 deliveries or 100 rides.
DoorDash executives and white-collar employees be required to make food deliveries to customers? By Jack Kelly. The business world would be better off if leadership and managers were more empathetic. If a CEO really knows what it's like to work in a warehouse, fulfillment center, serving customers in a restaurant, or delivering food, they'd have a greater appreciation of the daily challenges they endure. Rick Chen, the head of communications on Blind, the anonymous platform for millions of members to post career-related comments and opinions, shared that a verified DoorDash employee posted that the company will require all employees to deliver at least one order each month beginning 2022. The online responses ranged from shock and dismay to saying this is a smart and empathetic program. The initiative is called We Dash and is mandatory for all employees, including the CEO and executives. There are some exemptions. Employees can work in chat support for customers or merchants instead.
One a month.
In addition to making the food deliveries, employees will be reviewed on their performance. The delivery app's goal is to allow employees to understand and empathize with the experience of the delivery person. The We Dash program powers DoorDash employees by bringing them directly to the heart of the consumer, merchant, and dasher. By engaging as a dasher, supporting a merchant,
DoorDash,
or shadowing a customer experience
Uber,
agent,
Lyft,
employees learn
Dara.
firsthand how the technology products the company builds empowers local economies, which in turn helps create a better product. We Dash is DoorDash's flagship employee engagement program to gain first-hand training experience using their technology and products. The company believes when employees have regular exposure to the three-sided marketplace, they are better able to think outside the box to understand the customer's toughest challenges and be an owner in helping to solve them. Employees gain this first-hand knowledge by earning credits throughout the year via 3 training experiences: We Dash, We Support, and We Merchant. DoorDash contends that when employees have regular, first-hand training experience inside their three-sided marketplace, they'd be better able to understand customers and demonstrate bias for action in identifying and escalating roadblocks. An owner and expert on the products and logistics infrastructure that powers our business. Stay humble and in touch with our three-sided marketplace and the day-to-day experiences of our audiences, consumers, dashers, and merchants, and take pride in what we're building by seeing firsthand the impact DoorDash can have in our local communities. We Dash was previously paused for safety because of the pandemic, but beginning in January 2022, it will be restarted and tracked as part of the employee performance review. The policy serves several purposes. It will let tech engineers and other well-paid professionals understand what it's like for the delivery person. They'll have an understanding of the challenges
let them go
they
deliver
face,
in the snow.
similar to walking in someone's shoes.
Go deliver in the snow, Tony Zoo.
Professionals will drive or ride a mile in the worker's car or bicycle. By actually picking up food at a crowded restaurant and then quickly bringing it to a customer's home, dealing with traffic, irate customers, and getting lost, the office and remote employees will gain valuable insights and empathy toward these generally lower-paid workers.
Lyft need to do it with their
By seeing what happens in the real world,
riders.
It may help them with their own jobs, armed with this new real-world experience. Responses from the site were mixed, with many angry and upset over the new DoorDash policy.
Really?
Here are some of the examples of the responses by both DoorDash and Blind members affiliated with an array of other companies. Dasher. Mandatory, We Dash, starts from next year. You need to dash once a month. Will be tracked in performance reviews. What the actual F? I didn't sign up for this.
What the F?
There was nothing in the offer letter, job description about this. Stonk Nibba. Can't tell if it's serious or troll. If serious, then what the F? Not acceptable in any way.
What the F?
Jongguo, at SF8 Roz, wasn't against my interests. I voluntarily signed up. I'm young, healthy, unlikely to be at risk from COVID. Why not help deliver food and stuff to those who were stuck at home? The dollar was negligible. not even noticeable compared to TC or investment swings. But the internal karma, feel-good feelings more than made up for it. Kryptonite, empathy for your customers, Dashers and restaurants is a good thing. Would be awesome to see Dashers paired with engineers and product managers on these ride-alongs. An opportunity to learn from each other. How is this a bad thing? Might help DD product and engineering teams better understand and empathize with the challenges faced by Dashers. Reminds me of how Tony Hsieh had all new Zappos employees, regardless of level or role, operate the phones when they started. Would be dope if Uber and Lyft followed suit with their employees.
Yes.
Panda 319. What a fantastic push from leadership to become more customer-centric. It both makes sure all employees understand the process firsthand, and will increase attrition for the employees that really only give a shish tea about the paycheck, but not the company's mission. Well played, leadership. Newark site doesn't seem that bad. Devs get to relate to Dasher experience, figure out what features they might need to build next, and generally how their product works in action. On top of that, you're making tons of money anyway. People on Blind have massive egos. Making a delivery isn't going to kill you. Get off your high horses, please. By the way, not at DD and never been at DD. Also, believe company eval is super overinflated. Regardless, this particular thing isn't crazy. NJ Microsoft. Making a delivery might literally kill you if you get carjacked and shot. I kinda want to see this happen and see the family sue the company for like $1 billion and win, just so no company ever gets a stupid idea like this ever again.
Wow. So they acknowledge.
Ceph8 Roz. 100% with Microsoft on this one. Things I never thought I'd say, lol. I have respect for delivery drivers. I always tip properly when I order delivery. I understand it's a hard job, putting yourself at risk physically, beating the shish tea out of your car, risking that if you get in an accident. Then, many are essentially uninsured because the appropriate insurance costs too much, and I doubt DoorDash is going to provide it or pay for people to get it for this mandatory delivery work. But that's why I choose not to do that work. If for whatever reason I was unable to work in tech, I still have other skill sets that would provide easier, safer, more lucrative work. I hate to sound like an asshole, but I made sure I got a good education and build up marketable skills, so I wouldn't have to have a McJob like that, but one I could do from home or an office that doesn't involve
wouldn't like to have a job like that, but you're working for them.
CL4P. Interesting idea though. Following the same line of thought. 1. Everybody at Amazon will have to work at a warehouse once a month. 2. Everybody at dating services will have to find a one-nighter every month. 3. Everybody at Uber, Lyft will have to taxi once a month.
Correct.
4. Everybody at Airbnb will have to rent their living room once a month.
Correct.
GSXL87. Ridiculous how many of you think you're above experiencing your own product as an end user. Sit down, be humble. You're not any better than the person making 10% your salary.
Correct.
You're all working for the capitalists who own everything. This is why I hated Silicon Valley and left after a year and a half.
Good.
So much classism and elitism. So much snobbery. So much obsession over status. What if sniffles? What if someone sees me delivering food in my Tesla, like a poor Mexican? This whole thread, and Silicon Valley in general, is a self-parody. It's unbelievable. Kudos to DoorDash for knocking some of these prima donnas down a peg, and also for realizing there are obvious UX problems that an engineer will realize very quickly if they had to use the app for a whole hour. This is an amazing progress, empathetic, forward-thinking program that provides for an illuminating exercise to enable well-paid, white-collar workers to gain an appreciation and learn from the struggles of low-wage, app-based contractors.
So you heard it, right? That's a lot of feedback from employees, how they feel about actually going out there and doing the job for the company that they work at, right? They gotta eat, breathe, and experience this job, and that goes for the CEOs, the executives. I'm all for it, and I think these executives and managers should all do 100 trips, right? Get that little chip off your shoulder, that little get out of your ego, and start doing some deliveries and some trips, and then you can relate to us in a better fashion. Your thoughts, please. What do you think?